All right, last step. Last step is to take the blue paper towel that's provided, take the UV clear coat, and you go ahead and put this on the edge. You get it nice and wet, nice and soaked up in there, and then you just take it over here and you rub it on. Now there are thunderstorms in the area, over there and over there and probably over there. I mean, there's some clear skies over there. So I'm going to chance it, because why not? I'm gonna chance it, put this on. It does dry pretty quickly. Welcome back, YouTubers. I'm Dave. You found Do It Yourself. Do It Right. Got my FUBAR shirt on today. If you don't know what FUBAR means, stop the video, go look it up. It's got a bad word in the front. I really can't really say it, but it's messed up. So, you know when I got my FUBAR shirt on, something's messed up, and we are going to try and fix it. In fact, we're not going to try. We are going to fix it, and it's going to be right here on this this car right here, 2005 Nissan Sentra. My girlfriend's son's car. Used to be my son's car. I bought it for him, his first car, and then he sold it to my girlfriend's son, because it's going to be his first car. So what we're going to do today is we're going to restore the headlights. That's right, we're going to restore the headlights. And I know there's people out there watching that have foggy headlights. They're riding around with these not so pretty looking foggy headlights. So this video, it's helpful, and I'm gonna get my hands dirty finally. Really haven't done too much actual work on this channel yet, but I swear I do work, and you're gonna see it coming up. All right, so I'm gonna bring you in quick, bring you in close, let you look at the headlights. Like I said, this is a 2005 Nissan Sentra. It's a special edition. She's a 2005. I bought it for my son for his first car. It's a good little car. It's not perfect, as you can see. She's got 160,000 miles on it. It's seen better days, but it's a good car. It's a good first car. I'll give you a quick little walk around. I'm not gonna spend too much time explaining anything, but it is it's a 1.8. It's a 4-banger, and runs all right. Trying to help the young man out, make the car a little bit safer for him to drive around. Not really going to worry too much about the aesthetics, so we're going to get right into it. Headlights, pretty foggy. Like I said, I tried to use a different company, a different brand on the headlights, and as you can see, it didn't work very well. So I found this Sylvania brand, and it works pretty good. So you don't really need too many tools. I did put the car up on the ramps just to get get it up, so I'm not bending over, breaking my back the whole time trying to sand on these headlights. I am going to bring my little stool out here, but I am not going to use any kind of power tools. I did on the GMC when I did it, but I'm going to do this like you would have to do it if you don't have any tools. So this is a simple, easy DIY project you can do at home, in the driveway, or on the street. If you park on the street, if you're city dweller. So simple, easy. Everything you need is right here in this box. There's sandpaper in there. There's a little spray you spray on there. Oh, one thing you will need though is you're gonna need some water. I got the hose out. You can just use a bowl of water, a bucket of water, or whatever. Follow the directions. Directions say you put the spray on there, you let it sit for 30 seconds, and then you gotta flush it with water. So you do need a water source. but you don't need any tools. You should, get some of this nice blue painter's tape. Go around the headlights, anywhere where there's glass or where there's paint. You don't want to be sanding and accidentally hit the paint, although this paint's not that great. But if you have a nicer car, I'm not trying to mess the paint up on here any more than it already is, so I went around carefully, threw some tape down. I did that obviously before I started the video. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up on a tripod, let you actually see me work for once. So here we go. All right, as you can see, got my hat turned backwards. That means we're about to get busy. I emptied the contents of the box on my little stool here. So in the box there's a glove, a rubber glove underneath there. There's a blue towel, 3 pieces of sandpaper, 2 white towels, and then we got step 1, which is the activator. Spray that on there first, let it sit for 30 seconds, and then wash it off with the water. That's why you need water. And then basically I read through the directions one time just because. And then we're gonna go ahead and start sanding. Obviously the more coarse grit first, and then we work our way down. Obviously keep wet sanding. It's going to be a wet sanding process, and then we go ahead and hit it up with the clarifying compound after all that's done. And the directions say to prep both headlights at the same time, so we can go ahead and throw the UV clear coat on both headlights at the same time. And I would recommend doing that because it just makes it easier. I made the mistake and I didn't do it, so I was kind of rushing on the GMC. So I'll definitely do it this time. Do it right this time. All right, I got you guys up on the tripod. Like I said, about to get started. I did go ahead and throw some gloves on, only because I do not know what's in these 2 chemicals. I don't know exactly, if it's good for you, if it's not. I mean, it really can't be that good for you if it's going to take the clear coat off the plastic that's been on there for years. So can't be all that great. So I would recommend getting some gloves. I don't really trust their little 1 glove that they put in there. I don't know if they expected Michael Jackson to be doing this or what, but I don't, 2 gloves, 2 hands, 2 gloves. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so here I am. Got the surface activator step 1. It says use generously, so we're just gonna spray it all over. And so it starts to turn the headlight orange. Now, wish I could bring you guys in here better so you could actually see that. But yeah, it's already, taking that nastiness off. I'm gonna go ahead and spray the other side. It's probably gonna stay on there longer than 30 seconds, but it can only help. And it says to only use half of this bottle. Not even halfway yet, because we're gonna have to use this again once we're done sanding. So we're gonna let that sit, and then I'll grab the trusty old hose and hose it off. You can see the stuff down here on the tape. See how it just kind of came off. So that's another reason why I'd recommend throwing the tape on there. You don't want that all over your car. Also another reason, once we get to sanding, there's going to be a lot of plastic coming off from there. So it's just another reason. I'm going to go ahead and spray her off. Get that stuff off there. Spray this side off. you're not really going to start to see a difference until we start sanding, and once we put that spray back on there and then use the clarifying compound. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on a time warp, and you can see me waxing on, waxing off, you know, for you old folks that know what movie I'm talking about. Daniel-san, wax on. Daniel-san, wax off. Daniel-san, wax on. Daniel-san, wax off. All right, a couple little recommendations. Make sure when you're sanding, make sure you go in a circular motion. Make sure you get all the way around the edges. You know, that quick little time lapse there. That was just the 400 grit, I believe it is. That's, yeah, the 400 grit. That's just the 400 grit. We've got to do that 2 more times, and then on the other side as well. So here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock this other side out, and then I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the next step in a little bit. One thing I like to add is this is you know, this is a little bit, you know, you got to use some elbow grease, getting that sandpaper, you know, getting in there. You gotta take some of that plastic off. You know, that's the whole point. You gotta take plastic off, smooth it out, and then put a nice clear coat on top to, you know, to bring the lenses back clear. So you got to use some elbow grease. You know, it's hot, so I'm sweating a little bit. You probably should be sweating too, depending on if you're a sweater or not. You know, some people are, some people aren't. I am, and I'm down here in the south, so yeah, usually my t-shirt's wet by now. But anyways, so it does take a little bit of elbow grease. So like I said, I'll bring it back when I'm done with the driver's side. All right, for the next step, now that I got that all sanded up, the next step is step 2. So this is the clarifying compound. It says to take one of the white towels provided, take this compound, put it on the white towel. It says about a quarter size, but it also says half of the packet. So you put half of the packet on, you rub it on that headlight for another 5 minutes, and then you put the rest of it on the same towel and go to the other side and do the same thing for 5 minutes. So this is basically a very fine buffing kind of compound, and as you can see, the headlight is still a little hazy, and that's from the sanding portion. So this will clear up some of that haze, but it does say that there will be a little bit of haze after you're done with this, and there will be. It will come crystal clear once we put the clear coating on it. So I'm not going to bore you with another time lapse. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then I'll bring you back after I've did this for another 10 minutes. So all right, moving on to the next step. The next step, remember I said not to use all the spray, only use half of it? Well, this is where we're back. We're gonna go ahead and take the rest of this spray both of the headlights, and this is going to clean the headlights for the final step, which is adding the the clear coat. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out real quick like. Bottle up. But why not? It's gonna take me more than 30 seconds to use the whole bottle. There we go. Finally out. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that off in 30 seconds. All right, here we go. I'm gonna rinse her off. I know you guys are just dying to see this. Now the next step is to go ahead and pull the tape that I have around the headlights and dry off the area and the headlight in preparation for putting the clear coat on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna let you guys, you know, you guys know what it is. You know, pulling tape, drying off the headlight with a towel. You know, I don't think you really need to see that. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready to put that clear coat on, and you will be amazed. Maybe. All right, last step is to take the blue paper towel that's provided, take the UV clear coat, and you go ahead and you know, put this on the edge. You get it nice and wet, you know, nice and, you know, soaked up in there, and then, you know, you just take it over here and you rub it on. Now there are thunderstorms in the area, you know, over there and over there and probably over there. Well, I mean, there's some clear skies over there. So I'm going to chance it, because why not? I'm gonna chance it, put this on. It does dry pretty quickly, but you know, if it was a, you know, a really nice car, I probably wouldn't chance it. I would wait till the storm's clear, or, you know, for a nice sunny day. They're already prepped. They're, you know, look at them. They're already prepped. It's they're already clearer than, you know, they were before. So, you know, they already look, I would say, 83.2% better. But like I said, when I put this clear coat on there, it's gonna look great. So I am actually going to, you know, I'm gonna put you guys on my noggin, and I'm gonna take you along so I can do this, you know, with two hands rather than try to do it with one hand and hold the camera. And so here we go. All right, of course, just as I said I was gonna chance it, it looks like it's gonna downpour over in that direction. So here we go. Like I said, you wet the edge, you get it nice and wet. I had some left over when I did the GMC, so I don't think I'm gonna have any left over this time. Just gonna go ahead and, you know, put a good amount on the edge. Try not to drip it all on the ground. I got half a bottle, so here we go. And I'm just gonna make a swipe across and keep going. I don't know if you guys can see it, but man, look how clear that headlight looks. You know, try to be nice and even so you don't get any streaks. This is like an enamel, and you know, it hardens pretty quick. You know, so I'm gonna wet it just a little bit more, put just a little bit more on there. It says the thicker the better, the longer it'll last. So, you know, why not just get a good nice coat on there? Man, look at that. Look how clear that is. And now I'm gonna come over here to this side. See how it's still a little hazy? Now I'm just gonna put the rest of this on this rag. Coat her down. Man, that smells good. It smells like enamel. If you guys like that smell, I kind of do. Here we go. I did get a little bit on the paint right there. I don't know where that towel went. Here it is. We'll wipe that off. I'll go ahead and put the rest on the towel. Give it one more quick coat. Boy, I don't think these headlights were this clear from the factory. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. As you can see, I'm wearing their glove and my glove, you know, ebony and ivory work together in perfect harmony. A little bit low. And of course, it can't just be like a nice, you know, light rain. You know, Elsa came through the other day. Now it was a nice light rain. You know, wind, rain here or there. No, this has got to be a torrential deluge for you French folks. There might be a part 2 of this video. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad. Never can tell down here. The weather changes every 5 minutes. All right, it's a couple hours later. You know, like it does down here, it rains. It decided to rain again while I was inside. So the water is beating up on the headlight, so that's a good sign. I'm not going to touch it. It says to wait a couple of hours before you drive or run through wet conditions. You know, it is what it is down here. It's always wet. It's always humid in the summertime. There's always condensation. It says fog. You know, all that, you know, any kind of moisture. And you know, just as things would have it, it rained as I'm doing it. So you know, the headlights do look better. They do have water on them right now. I'll come back out and I'll wipe them off if they're not tacky. I haven't touched them. I don't want to touch them right yet. I want to leave a fingerprint on them. But I will. I'll go over to the GMC and I'll show you the GMC's headlights. I use the same kit on that one, so I'll go show you those. All right, so I'm out here in front of the GMC. Now this GMC is a 2014, and you would think that a 2014 vehicle should not have a headlight crazing problem, but it did, and it was mainly up along this edge here. The whole top side was just yellow and not pretty, and it was started to come down, you know, to the headlight portion. So as you can see, it's clear now, and it's nice and smooth to the touch, you know, like it should be. So that's I wish I had a before and after picture. I might go back and look so you can see. I'll put those at the end of the video. There's that one, and then this one over here. For all you you know, critics, there is a couple little streaks right in here, but that's because I didn't wet the blue paper towel enough with the clear coat. So make sure you have that clear coat nice and saturated. Make sure you have that towel nice and saturated. And again, this one too was all crazed along the top side here, and you can actually see where I kind of missed a spot right in there, how much it was crazed. But yeah, it's nice and clear. That kit, for $20, that kit does a wonderful job. Just don't do it when it's about to rain. All right, here we are. Stopped raining, and here's the headlights. Yeah, there's some streaks in there from the water. I'm not gonna lie, but the headlights do look 100 times better than what they started like. So in closing, don't do this when it's about to rain, or don't put the clear coat part on when you think it's gonna rain, because you will end up with water spots and maybe a few streaks or whatnot. But you know, all in all, it does look a whole lot better, and it will shine more light. And you know, at the end of the day, that was the whole reason behind, you know, doing these headlights. Safety. You know, you know, driving at night, you really couldn't see too well with these headlights, so it should be a whole lot better for him. So it was, you know, more of a safety thing than anything, than aesthetics. I mean, the car, you know, it's got some bumps and bruises, but all in all, it's not terrible. But now, you know, the headlights are now better and more safe for him to be driving at night. There's a couple other things that we got to do to the car, mostly cleaning stuff. You saw under the hood, it's dirty. It's, you know, it's sat underneath an oak tree for a while at my son's house. So but not too shabby. I wish it wouldn't have rained on it, but it did, and you know, it still doesn't look terrible. It looks still looks better than it did. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you liked it. You know, maybe laughed at me because I did it in the rain when I shouldn't have. Maybe you learned a lesson. Actually, you learned a lesson from me learning a lesson. Yeah, if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Share, definitely. Check me out on Instagram. Got an Instagram page now. It's at diydaveb, you know, at Instagram. And you can also you know, send me an email if you'd like. That's at diydaveb at gmail.com, and it is also diydaveb for Instagram, I believe. So yeah, you know, those two ways to hit me up if you'd like. And like always, share, follow, like, subscribe, you know, all the things you do at the end of the video. So that's gonna do it, and thank you for watching.